Bitcoin hit 63,000 so far this year, and it's very likely it's gonna be hitting $100,000. So here's how you can start taking advantage right now. If you want to make cash flow guarantee, then you need to start setting up crypto bots because it will allow you to generate cash flow as the market is moving. Essentially, what a crypto bot does is that it makes buy and sell orders on autopilot. It's the easiest way for you to start generating a passive income every single day. And me and my students, we are generating anywhere between 0.5 all the way up to 3% per day. So in today's video, I'm gonna show you step by step on how you can start automating your trading and take advantage of the volatility of the market and start generating that 0.5 to 3% per day passively. That being said, let's get started. So now let's go ahead and deploy a bot together, all right? So first step is gonna be define your goal. We're gonna be looking to define our goal within 30 days ideally. Okay, so first you select the date, March 1st, and then the goal. So let's say you want to be low risk, or actually let's say you want to be high risk, then I'm gonna be probably shooting for something like 15% in 10 days. The second step is gonna be finding a good coin with good volatility, okay, and inside its movement. Today we're gonna dive into this one. TradingView, okay, since that is the easiest one to find coins. This is TradingView. We're gonna have cryptocurrencies, okay, that we're gonna be looking to trade. And like I said before, we will be looking for coins that have or are related to our approach. Personally, I don't like to keep my bots running forever. I like to take my profits and get out. So I'm not gonna take into accountability one of the rules, which is having the cryptocurrency trading for more than 6 months. If I was to have my bot running for over a month, then yes, I could keep into accountability that rule. Now, there is another rule as well. So these are the confirmations. The first confirmation is the CVA 2.0 indicator, and this is saying that the coin needs to be on consolidation. The second confirmation is that the coin market cap, meaning the ranking of the cryptocurrency, needs to be below 400. That is something that is negotiable. And the third confirmation is the RSI. The RSI is one of those things that is kind of like non-negotiable. Okay, so the RSI needs to be below 53. Otherwise, you will shoot yourself in the foot. And the market price close to support, that is also something to take into accountability. Okay, so let's look for a coin. So let's go back to this. Let's take a look at this one, Lens. All right, looks interesting. I'm gonna set this up to 15, come back to the 20th, and maybe set it up with, I'm gonna measure from here to here. By the way, I'm doing some things that are advanced, but ideally what you have to do, especially if you're starting out on this, is backtest all of them, right? Backtest all of the grid ranges so you have a better feeling of how it works. So from what I can see, I see that this one has a drop of about 30%, and in this case it had a drop of about 45%. So I want to be cautious about it. I want to set up the bot in this case with a large grid range to cover enough market price and price action. Now I'm gonna quickly backtest it, and let's see in the last 15 days, in the last 10 days. All right, beautiful. We found it. Nice, solid. Okay, so it looks very good. I want to be conservative, so I'm not gonna deploy the bot with a small grid range of 20%, because look at this. Look at what happens if I deploy the bot with that 15, but let's actually do 10% grid range. If I deploy the bot with a 10% grid range, you can see that immediately I could potentially be out of grid. You can see I was out of grid all of this time right here. And then I needed to come back again to be inside the grid. So in some cases, like I told you at the beginning, in some cases, it will make sense to have a large grid range for maximum profit. Most of the times, if not all of the times, this will be when the cryptocurrency has so much volatility that you need a large grid range to cover enough price action, which is in this case, if the cryptocurrency was to be moving sideways a lot within a small grid range of 10% like this, then fair enough. It could make sense to just keep it between 10%, right? So it's all about how much price action can cover with the volatility of the cryptocurrency. So I'm gonna set it up with a 40%. Maybe I will squeeze it to 35%. And now I'm gonna start backtesting. Again, this is more of an advanced level. What you have to do is backtest everything, because I can do this because I already understand the relationship between range and grid levels. But what you have to do is backtest from 50%, backtest it, copy this number, come back here, paste it, do the same with 40, 30, 20, and 10, and then move on to 40%. Again, then backtest it again, copy this number, paste it, and do the same with 40, 30, 20, and 10 grid levels. Is that making sense? Perfect. Yeah, so I already have a feeling based on how the coin is moving that 30%, 35, maybe 40% will be the best grid range percentage. All I have to do left is I'm gonna backtest to figure out the best grid levels. All right, that is what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna start from 50%, and I'm gonna set this up to 30 grid levels. No, sorry, let's do 40 to be more. Actually, let's do 35% grid range, 50 grid levels, backtested. Copy this number. I don't have. I'm just gonna do a small. There you go. Now 40. Again, you have to make sure that at the beginning you do all of the numbers. Doesn't matter. Okay. You have to do all of the numbers so you have a feeling of the relationship between grid levels, grid ranges, and price action. All right, is that making sense so far? All right, beautiful. So what do you see? Tell me, what do you see so far?
So the lower the grid range, the lower the grid levels, the higher the profit.
And why do you think that is?
The grid levels are closer together, so you can make more buy and sell orders.
Not quite. So for example, do you see that when I have 10 grid levels, I'm making most of my profit at a 23% return in 10 days? And when I set up 50 grid levels, I have a 14% return. So the reason of why the difference exists is because when we have a buy and a sell order, we have a profit. And if the cryptocurrency has a lot of volatility, then we can buy low and sell high at a big gap, right?
Yeah.
So there will be a couple of exceptions. If the cryptocurrency is not moving enough, if it doesn't have enough volatility, usually more grid levels you have, the better. If the cryptocurrency has a lot of volatility, less grid levels, the better. In this case, this one has a lot of volatility, so it's gonna make sense to have less grid levels. So I'm gonna start backtesting maybe 15%, maybe 15 grid levels. Okay, maybe 18 grid levels. Okay, let's do 17. Looks like 18 seems to be the best one so far. No, which one's it? 15? 15, there we go. 23.32%. This one is 23.48. I don't like to have 10 grid levels because it's too much separation, too much gap. So although 15 grid levels will give you technically just a little bit less, I prefer to have them closer, you know, just to ensure that they are making buy and sell orders, you know?
Yeah.
I don't want to create too much of a gap. Otherwise, yeah, so I think I'm gonna be deploying it with 17 grid levels actually, and a 35% grid range. Yeah, all I have to do left is come back to current market price and set it up this to 35% grid range, and using the smart launch strategy, which means only one red line, 17 grid levels. I have the advanced plan. so I can enable take profit. So I'm gonna set it up this to 15. I'm gonna put my stop loss below my low price, and all I have to do left is click on continue and let this bad boy running. Wait, there we go. I check everything, everything's making sense. Beautiful. Can continue and start the bot.
So now it's starting.
Now it's running. It's officially running. So if you watch the video all the way until the end, it means that you're serious about getting results with CryptoBots. If that's the case, then I have an offer for you. If you want my one-on-one help, 2 weekly calls, plus access to the CBA 2.0 indicator, and more than 5 methods on how you can find successful and profitable CryptoBots, then you need to apply for CBA. Click on the first link in the description and schedule a one-on-one call with me, and we will see if you are a good fit for CBA and CryptoBots. Thank you for watching, and make sure to subscribe to learn how to deploy successful CryptoBots.